want to congratulate all the recipients that are here, and you'll see those honors as they come through. It's a great time to be a part of our school system, and the greatest part about it is we've had this spring just a real well-rounded mix of honorees. A lot of academic honorees tonight. Last month we had a lot of athletic honorees, and we had a lot of fine arts honorees over the last 2 months. So again, it speaks to the focus that we have in the Owensboro Public Schools of educating the whole child, which is a fundamental part of our philosophy. We have had, as you have been following, a lot of leadership changes in our schools, and we have some of that leadership here tonight. Anita Burnett is with us. She's retiring, getting closer to that final day, and her replacement is also here, Mr. John DeLacy, who was named the principal of Owensboro High School recently. We're excited about that transition that's underway, and Mr. DeLacy is also working with his replacement, Mr. Patrick Tynes, who was named last week to take over as associate principal along with Mr. Powell at Owensboro Middle School in the South Campus. So we're really excited about these leadership changes. We're not excited to see Ms. Burnett leave, but we're excited about the future and the strong leadership that we have in our school system to be able to not miss a beat in the work that we're doing. Board members, I'll call your attention that in the packet, I think there's a letter that I sent to the members of Congress urging them to move on the reauthorization of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. And I just want you to know that we're actively involved in trying to support a whole child approach to that rather than the more testing-oriented approach that's been taken with the previous legislation. We have had some great fine arts performances. If you haven't had a chance to see The Wizard of Oz, I urge you to check out our YouTube channel to see some highlights of that. That'll be going up there rather soon. We also have a choral concert coming up tonight. We have band and percussion concerts coming through the next 6 weeks as we're running into the home stretch of school. We also have some great partnerships that we've been working on. One of those is with the Museum of Science and History, and they are graciously extending, through our support of them, a free pass to that museum to every family in the Owensboro Public Schools. Newton Parish Elementary took advantage of that and had a night at the museum this week. Had a good turnout. But as we work with the library and provide library cards to our students, that library card will also be a museum pass. So we're excited about that partnership going forward. And as I said, we're at the home stretch here, the last few weeks of school. In that home stretch, we do have some important dates with our K-Prep testing. That's going to happen for most of our students the first week or the second week of May. So make sure, parents, that your kids get a good night's sleep and get some breakfast before school. Excuse me. Hager Preschool has graduation on May 20th. I see Ms. Baber walk in. And our last day for students, May 22nd, and that's when our high school will graduate. So we won't have a board meeting before that night. So it's a big night for our high school graduating class, and it's been a great class to follow. Just in the 2 years I've been here, and more years than that as a parent. Also remind everybody that the primary election, May 19th, is not a day that we can attend school because they're voting in our schools. So as much as we hate to have to stop that last week of school and take a day off, that is a day off. So I'll quiet my voice because I think that's about the extent of it, and I thank everyone again for being here. Oh, okay.
So I didn't get to hear what they said back there, so if I repeat myself. Okay, so our team placed 9th in the state this year at the state math counts competition. That was after we placed first at the chapter competition as a team, and then we also had some individuals that qualified. Bradley Worth, who's a 7th grader, and he's not here, he's with the high school band practicing, and David Matthews, both of them placed as individuals, so they also got to compete at the state level. And the students, one thing I want to make sure that you kind of realize with an academic team, you know, we've had a lot of groups this year that went on to state, whether it be athletic or dance or academic. But the big difference between their groups and our group is if you ever picture one of our competitions, you know, at a basketball event or a football event or a dance event or anything, you can cheer and yell and go team and yay and keep going, keep it up. And with ours, you have to say, okay, go in and take a test and I'll see you in a couple of hours. So they have to be very, very self-motivated and very driven, and when it gets frustrating, they have to encourage themselves. And so they do this year-round. Many of them have been doing this for 3 years now, so it was a huge payoff for them to do as well as they did this year, so I'm very, very proud of them. Especially with everything else they have going on. That's why we're missing 2, and then one's headed off to a tennis match. So with everything else going on, they also managed to pull this off, so congratulations. We also, with this program, there's also a lot of scholarship opportunities. Austin actually, for placing first at the chapter competition, he earned a full tuition scholarship to his choice of the University of Kentucky, the University of Louisville, or Western Kentucky University. All of the students also earned $3,000. I forget, they change it every year. They also earn a monetary amount, renewable every 4 years, to UK, U of L, or Western. And then Kentucky Wesleyan also offered them scholarships this year as well. So they all have scholarships under their belt already as 8th graders. So nice back pocket type thing.
On behalf of the board, we're extremely proud of you. I happened to see a few of the events, and you represented the school district excellently this year.
She's in band.
Angel, congratulations. Yeah, Paul Ireton.
Yeah, I guess
David Matthews. There.
Come on over, guys. There you go. There you go. That's it right there.
Owensboro Middle School had 5 students who qualified for either the state recognition or the grand recognition that was part of the Duke Talent Identification Program. The 3 students that qualified for state recognition, they're all 3 here tonight. The first one is Derek Hall. The next student we had that qualified for state recognition was Blake Martin. And the third student for state recognition was Clayton Rhodes. We had 2 students who qualified for both state and grand recognition. One of them's not here, and that is Radley Worth. The other student that is here that had qualified for grand recognition is John Barker.
Oh, sorry, I always forget that I'm supposed to say something. Hi, I'm Carolyn Greer. Do I need this? Am I supposed to? He's listening to me. Hi, I'm Carolyn Greer. I'm the theater teacher at Owensboro High School. And do I need the microphone? Okay. I'm here with the students who are in the cast and crew of Jerry Finnegan's Sister, which was our competition show this year. For the first time, we did a show just for 2 actors. That would be Kelsey Reese, wave Kelsey, and John Thomas Pryor. We did a play called Jerry Finnegan's Sister, and it was a really neat experience because not only were they the only 2 actors on stage, but they played children from 6 and 7 years up to in their 20s. So we picked this show just to make things a little bit easier for the year because we've been really, really busy. And little did we know, at our state competition, we got first runner-up. And first runner-up has never, ever happened for a show with just 2 actors. So we were very, very surprised and very proud. At state competition, Kelsey was named to the All-State cast, and John Thomas was named Best Actor at All-State. And then we went on to the Southeastern Theater Conference, where we competed with 19 other schools, including another school in Kentucky. And we have found that when we get first runner-up, we just have much greater success at SETC. So this year, much to our surprise, we were named first runner-up at the Southeastern Theater Conference. And we're very proud because we're the only school in the Southeast who has gone to SETC 7 years in a row. So I'm very, very proud of these students. Kelsey and John Thomas have been a part of SETC since they were freshmen. So for them, they've come full circle, and I'm extremely proud of them. So first runner-up, we had all-star cast with Kelsey, and John Thomas was named Best Actor at the Southeastern Theater Conference. And it would not be possible without all of these amazing kids. So I'm gonna, do you want me to introduce them as you hand?
Yes,
Okay.
that would be good.
John Thomas Pryor. Kelsey Reese. Our amazing stage manager, Abby North. Abby. Joe Lewis, who is our lighting, amazing lighting gentleman. Technician. Dana Matthew is on our technical crew. Let's see here.
I should have put them in order first, but I didn't.
That's really okay. You know me, I kind of wander.
There we are.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job. Corey Storm was on our, for us it was crazy because it was only 2 actors, but we had the largest set we'd ever had. So it took more people, so it took 10 people to keep up with 2 actors. So Corey Storm was also on that. Carter Stovall, I don't know why I'm jumping around. And then we had Forrest Clark. And then we had 3 very brave students who were behind the set the entire show, and they were taking care of Kelsey. Kelsey had a costume change every 2 to 3 minutes, and we had 3 people who were fixing her hair and helping her add clothing pieces, and they did a lot of work, and they were as busy as she was almost. And that would be Tucker Greer. Hayden Elliott. And thank goodness we had Whitney Watson because the boys couldn't do hair. So Whitney Watson. And that's everyone. Thank you very much.
I have one.
Oh, sorry, Maddie Brasher Evans. She was unable to be with us today.
You go ahead, introduce your group.
Okay. Today I want to share with you our Governor Scholars from Owensboro High School. This is a very intensive program for juniors throughout the state of Kentucky. They have to submit an application that's very intensive that not only shows and highlights their academics and their test scores as well, but they have to also prove that they are well-rounded, that they are highly involved in extracurricular activities, and that they volunteer in the community. That's a big category as well. And I'm very proud and honored to say that we have 5 chosen juniors from Owensboro High School that will be going to the Governor Scholars Program this summer, where they will spend 5 weeks on a college campus. And we also have an alternate that we hope will get in. We really do. We feel confident there. But this year, like I said, we have 5, and I'd like to go ahead and introduce them now. We have Shanna Janae Harden. We have Mary Kate Lance. Caroline Lashbrook. Anna Caroline Bray could not be here. She is sick. And then Sarah Hale is another GSP recipient, and she could not be here as well. We have our alternate, Erin Rouse.
I have something to add. I had the privilege of reading all of the applications, which is quite an undertaking. What I think is especially impressive about the group of people you see here, plus the others who aren't here, is that they not only are gifted. Gifted is a gift you get from God. It's at birth, whatever. For those who don't believe in God, I know there's some, that's fine. It is a gift. You come in that way. You're born with that capacity. What's different about these young people is that they have chosen to work extremely hard and to give back of their talents and gifts to the community, to the school. I respect them greatly. I know that they went through a lot just to get where they are, and from what I've heard from others in the past, this is a life-changing opportunity. Some of the people you'll meet will become lifelong friends, and I sure hope that's the case. Good luck.
Good evening. It is indeed my privilege this evening to recognize our Volunteer of the Year, Carla Collins. She is a grandmother at our program. Her grandchild comes to school every morning and Carla brings her. She is very much a part of our program and our faculty and staff. She's in classrooms wherever she's needed. We have 2 rooms in the Faust building. She works over there. She will do anything as small of a task or as large of a job as we ask her to give and to do, and she'll always say, what else can I do? What else can I do? A lot of our families have gone to where they work now and they're not available to volunteer, so it's been such a nice asset this year for us to have Carla with us. She's become known as our granny in our building. She's not one of the paid grannies that's there. She actually is there just as a volunteer, but we always call her our granny. So we fondly refer to her in that way and appreciate her efforts every day. She has already gone above and beyond and has brought in 5 large trash bags of toys for children next Christmas that will not be having Christmas at their home. And she didn't want it to sneak up on us and Christmas arrive before we were prepared, so she's already started planning for next Christmas to help our children at Hager Preschool. So we're very fortunate and very blessed to have her in our program, and we just appreciate all she's done for us this year.
Well, good evening. It is our privilege this evening to present Miss Nancy Sexton with our Volunteer of the Year Award. She is a big part of Miss Good's classroom, and I'm going to let her talk a little bit more about all the things that Miss Sexton does for us across the school.
First off, Miss Sexton gets us by weekly with her baked goods, and Miss Strahan can vouch for that. So that's one thing that we look forward to. And not only that, but her hard work. She's constantly asking us, what can I do for you? I'm going to the book outlet in Louisville. What books can I look for you? And not only does she work in our classrooms with students and in all grades, not only in my classroom, but she is she's constantly taking things home with her and covering books and DRA leveling books. And as you know, that's very hard and long work, and it takes a long time. So she graciously does that. So we're very honored to give our volunteer award to Miss Sexton, and we thank her for all she does for Cravens.
Thank you so much, Nancy. The next group would be Estes Elementary School, presented by Principal Sherry Flatt.
Good evening. I would like to go ahead and introduce the Estes Volunteer of the Year. It's Miss Alicia Gillis. She'll go ahead and come forward. When I talked with staff and told them how excited we were and talked about how we were going to be tonight recognizing Alicia Gillis, they said, "Who's that?" So I had to correct myself and say Gigi, because that is who she is at Estes. She is everybody's Gigi. So we're so excited that she's here. And I could tell you a lot of great things, but I think I have some guests here who can do it better. So Gigi helps a lot in Miss Coombs' class, and Miss Coombs has some special people with her today, and I will let them share with you what a difference she has made.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Tabor, and my friend Jenna Kuiper couldn't make it today, so I'm reading her speech. Hi, I am Jenna, and I go to Estes Elementary. Our school chose a very important person, Alicia Gillis, but we call her Gigi for short. Gigi is a really great person. She helped us a lot. Gigi helped us with our fireworks, math, food bags, and she's a great party planner. But most of all, she is like family to me in Miss Crimson's class. And she also cheers us up when we are sad, mad, scared, or tempted to do something wrong. But isn't that what family's for? To make you feel safe and secure. Well, Gigi makes me feel that way. I hope all young guys and girls have a person that makes you feel the same way that I do about Gigi. Thank you for listening. Love you, Gigi.
I just wanted to say a little bit of something about Gigi. I get to work with her a lot in my classroom, and I actually, whenever we thought about this award, I asked them to all write speeches, and it was very difficult for me to choose just one of their speeches because they were all so sweet and kind, and they said such loving things about Gigi and all that she does for us. So it's not only the staff that loves her at our school, it's also our students and how much she does for them. So we appreciate Gigi, and I'm very glad that she was able to get this award.
Faust Elementary School.
Congratulations. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to introduce Mary Johnson as our Volunteer of the Year, and Mary Johnson at Faust is Grandma Mary. And I'm going to let Natalie Groves, she's a kindergarten teacher at Faust, tell you about the difference that Grandma Mary makes in her class.
As Miss Mosley said, Miss Johnson is in my kindergarten classroom, and my students call her Grandma Mary. And kindergarten can be a very busy day, so it's always nice to have any extra help. And Grandma Mary comes in every day just ready to work and work with the kids and take on anything that happens. She's a great help to me. Anything that I need done, she's ready to do it. And she's also a great academic and emotional support to my students. Every morning my kids run in and they run over to her and give her a hug, and they always look forward to seeing her. And so I've really enjoyed working with her these past 2 years, and I know my students do as well, and they just all love her, and I do too.
We need a box of Kleenex down here.
Congratulations. Thank you. And our next volunteer will be from Newton Parish Elementary School, presented by FRC Director Jill Pendergraft.
Our Volunteer of the Year is Mr. Jim Allen, and we were talking, I was asking him how many years he had been volunteering at Newton Parish, and he has been volunteering there since his grandsons went there, and his oldest one just graduated high school. So he's been there for a little while with us, and he has no students there anymore that are in his family, but they are all part of his family now because he comes daily and works with our VIP program. If he is not there, somebody's calling to check on him because we know that Mr. Jim is going to come to school at Newton Parish, and he also has had a couple surgeries this year, and he still comes and brings his oxygen bag along with him while he's there. Make sure that he's going to be there and be there for our students. So we really appreciate all that he does for us and just how he cares for Newton Parish. So thanks a lot, Mr. Jim.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Our next school will be Sutton Elementary. It'll be presented by Mrs. Johnson and FRC Director Jennifer Thurman.
Hello, my name is Kristen Tynes. I'm the school counselor. I work very closely with Miss Thurman, and she was unable to join us today, so I volunteered to step in because the Yuckerings are very special to me. So I did write something down so I didn't forget anything important. I am excited to present the volunteer award to two very deserving individuals, Jim and Jennifer Yuckering. The Yuckerings, along with their granddaughter, Mary Margaret, joined our Sutton family this year. They have quickly proven to be very valuable resources to our school. Jim can often be found behind a camera taking various pictures at school activities, and Jennifer has a natural touch working with kids and is willing to step in and do anything our teachers ask. They have attended field trips, repaired bulletin boards, ran out for last-minute supplies, and they discovered and shared the stickiest tape I have ever had the pleasure of using. I'm personally grateful to Jim and Jennifer as they have helped me out at the last minute multiple times this year. Their number is on my frequent call list, and I always reach positive, willing individuals when I call them. It's my honor to share them with you today. So, thank you.
Our next volunteer will be from Owensboro Middle School South. It will be presented by Associate Principal John DeLacy.
How are you? Good. It's my pleasure to introduce Miss Angie Mattingly. I will have to say that I should have known. I used to be in the elementary school. I should have known that I should have brought my team with them like the elementary did. So, lesson learned for me. I will say that at the middle school level, when you start getting there, sometimes I hate to admit the kids like, oh, mom's coming or dad's coming or whatever else. They don't want to see their mom and dad next to them volunteering day in and day out. But what Miss Mattingly does for our kids and for our school, we couldn't replace someone like her. Without the parent support, without the volunteers, our schools could not succeed at the level we do. And Miss Mattingly is one of our tremendous parents that stepped in a couple years ago when her older daughter came through school. She said, hey, how can I help? We were looking for ways to help. I said, well, can you help in the office? Can you help make copies? Because we thought that's the easiest transition. She said, yeah, I can do that, but let me do more things. What else can I do? This past year, we lost a library assistant, and she says, I love the library. I'll go in, and she starts working with Miss Beeler, and she's like, well, what else can I do, Mr. DeLacy? She just has that work ethic, that compassion, that commitment to do whatever it is to help kids. And that's the kind of people we need. So we're very grateful to recognize Miss Mattingly and all that she does. So thank you, Miss Mattingly.
Our next school to recognize volunteer, Owensboro Middle School North, presented by Mr. George Bottle.
You're always lucky when you get a job like this and you get a big family like Ashley has, and she's been there for 5 years now, ever since I've been there. So anytime we've ever needed anything over the past 5 years, we've called Ashley and can you help us with this? And it's things like we have a Renaissance Day, Immigration Day, where she comes and she organizes all the food and gets all the people in there to work for that. Teacher appreciation, she's always makes sure that all of our teachers are taken care of. Just anything that we need, we're able to call Ashley, and she's able to organize a group of people and get them there at the middle school and help us. Luckily, she's got a son that's going to be there again next year. And then I saw Annie walk in here a minute ago. She left. Okay. Well, Annie will be in 5th grade in like 2 years, so we're good for another 4 years. So we're very excited just to have her stay around. And I've got a good core group of people that we can call on anytime we need something, and I greatly appreciate all that they do. So thank you very much, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley. Our next school to recognize a volunteer is Owensboro High School, presented by Principal Anita Burnett.
Mrs. Decker, Melissa Decker is our Volunteer of the Year at Owensboro High School. She has served on our PSTO board and continues to do so. She is also on our site-based council. She answers the phone in the office. I think she's helped with every PSTO fundraiser we've ever had. She's helped with Best in Show. The other night I'm at After Prom, and she is right there until 3 a.m. So anything that we have going on at the high school, Mrs. Decker is there willing to help, and she has the most pleasant, calming personality that you could ever imagine, and at a high school, that's very much appreciated, and always has that sweet smile on her face, and she can raise some fantastic kids, I can tell you. So, but Mrs. Decker, we really appreciate everything